This has been my absolute toughest week in trading in quite a long time, especially after I've been doing so good with a really solid weeks. Last month, I made about 3,700 in the account, and I pulled out about, I think it was like 2,200 in payouts, 2,300 in payouts, and then yeah, on both accounts, like this account I was doing really good. I only got about $600 left in this account, and it's really just from 3 bad days here. But yeah, so I just want to go over it, bring it to light. I didn't really want I hate making the videos where I'm doing bad. I don't know. It's like it just something about like making the videos and going over everything in front of a camera makes it a bit more difficult. So I spent some time before making this and just dove through all of my trades for the week. I stick like a little weekly overview. So on Monday, funded trades are great, but I blew an eval over trading. And it was pretty rough. Well, this day wasn't too bad, but I was just being really stupid. But the actual trades themselves are really good. This one would have been a win, but I went to break even and I pushed for more profits. But still got hit break even. And then this was an actual win, a really good 1.5 R. I pulled in about 324 across both the accounts. This was my only green day for the entire week. And then after that, Tuesday was when I started. So I traded pre-market. I got really good trades. I got a really good trade pre-market off a high volume node going with the trend. Really solid trade. But I noticed that I was having a hard time deciding whether I wanted to go for, more than a 1R or just go for my standard 1R. So I ended up going for more but shutting my stop aggressively. But I noticed that like my mental, like my psychology really wasn't, I was having a hard time like being calm during the trade, which is somewhat newer for me because I kind of got past that, was able to pull in a bunch of payouts. And now I start seeing it starting to creep back. So I was up $200, and then I decided to take my regular strategy trades, even though I was up, because I did want to push the accounts a bit more since I've taken a bunch of payouts for them, but I want like a higher payout, and I want to build these account balances. So I lost the first trade, and I think I put this in the last video, but I lost the first trade. Second trade I lost, and then the third trade I had a little bit of margin left, so. I took it, and as you can see, like these last two trades were just back to back to back, and I actually missed a clean entry there. So my psychology was just not good that day. Yeah, just really not good. Just over trading a bit, forcing entries, not being patient, hesitating on plays that I know work. And have a high probability to work. So Tuesday was definitely a scratch. And I think what I could have done, after having this day, what I could have done better was lower my daily loss limit to $300 instead of $600 because this was very evident that my head was not fully in the game and my psychology was getting like the better of me or the worst of me rather. So I probably should have just scaled down my daily loss limit just to preserve the balance in the accounts until I'm back on my A game. So I didn't do that, but that's one thing after reflecting that I could have done better and one thing I can do in the future to not destroy the balances in my accounts. So Wednesday was a lot of shitty trades. My head was not in it. Putting limit orders at previous day point of control and overnight over control when I was ready down is stupid. And I know better than that. Those are straight 50-50 trades with no technical analysis involved. Won't be doing that anymore. Spammed a bunch of setups pre-market on number four. And honestly, the trades that I spammed on this one they weren't bad. Like this one made sense. I understand, I know it is kind of against the trend, but we are pushing down quite a bit. And we were showing bearish price action inside this high volume node. So I thought we would want to go for the previous state point of control because we broke it. I know we retested right here, but I really thought that we were going to break, retest, and if we were going to continue bullish, then we would go up from here. But we ended up just ripping right out of here. So I mean, this trade really wasn't that bad, and I think lowering my risk here made a lot of sense. So I'm not really mad about this trade. This was a pretty good trade. But then this one is where I got overzealous and I was like, oh shit, like the short didn't work, so I guess we're bullish now. And I just, I didn't wait. I could have definitely waited for us to kind of retrace back to this previous day value area high right here and then see how we react off that. And then maybe get in right here after we push through this. But I chased it and I paid the price. So that was just really bad. And chasing is just not something that I should be doing, especially when my account balance, when I had a red day the day before. Um, but yeah, I really wasn't mindful about that. But as far as like the morning trades, I took that on the main account. This was a point of control break and retest. I didn't wait for the candle to close, and that has been like a reoccurring theme on these trades that I've lost is that I did not wait for the candle to close. I put the limit order before the candle closes, and then it ends up looking not ideal once the candle closes. So I think one thing I have to put on here is let's see, strategy things to work on. Let's make this. So yeah, that this is like a recurring theme for that. So that was kind of, I mean, I've taken these trades before and they've worked out. So it's not like it's out of my framework, out of my style of trading. But I think I know, in general, I know that I should wait for the candle closure, and I've been kind of just pushing it. And I think just because of how my mental is, how my psychology is, and how low my balances are on the account, I really just have to start like not accepting the best, right? If it's if it doesn't meet all my criteria and it doesn't if it's I don't know, like if I when I know a trade's gonna work out or when I feel like a trade's gonna work out and I see I have a bunch of stacking confluences and it's not really aggressive and I'm patient for it, it's a lot different. So I think I just have to be a little bit more patient, just wait for the candle closure right now because those are all in all safer. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. And then this one was really good. I think I had missed out on this one because we broke through and then we retested this. And I had a limit order here, but I canceled it because I thought we were still going to be bullish. So I did end up, once I saw like the reaction of this candle right here, I was like, wait a second. This is like actually a solid sell. So we reacted off it very nicely. We pushed down and I was able to get break even there on that one. This one was it was just me, it was just me just hoping that it was just hoping for like an easy trade, and telling myself that this has worked before, so it could work now. I just don't think it was like I was in the right mindset because I'd taken a limit order here. It's really not that high probability. It's like 50-50 at best, and there's just no technical analysis involved, so it's kind of tough, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do. So I'm gonna stay away from these at least for now. Probably forever. Cool. And this one was pretty much the same thing, but this was the overnight put in control. I got wicked out and then we shot up. So yeah, that was Wednesday. And then Thursday, I didn't trade the fundeds. I overtraded on evals and I blew one of them up. I think it was a Buell Knox eval, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it was a top step that I think I blew up. Yeah. So I blew up a top step eval, just over trading, just spamming like not good setups. Like if you look at this trade, this is pretty much the same exact trade from Tuesday, right? Not the same exact, but very similar, where we had taken out a recent swing point, and I tried going. What even was this? It was just not good. Honestly, just not good. But yeah, I think I just spiraled and I blew this up. I don't know. And then Friday was just unnecessary. I lost two pre-market trades. I did lower my daily loss limit to $300 here. And now it's there now permanently because I'm so low on these balances. It's crazy. So, but there's really no like TA on that. I forced these entries even though I knew that it wasn't a high probability trade. So, all in all, overall reflection of the week, a lot of my losses were chase plays, need to be more patient. Overtraded quite a bit. I blew three evals this week. I was focused on outcomes and results instead of process this week. I think that is where I went wrong mostly. Like I think that that's like the overarching issue, right? I think that that's like the main issue. All the other things that I did wrong are like results of that specific issue. Because if I was just focused on process and I'm not focused on profits and making out the payout and keeping the accounts alive and just so wrapped up in the profits and the results, then I think that I would have been a lot better. I think focusing on that is wrong, and I know it's wrong. So this week coming forward, I'll only be focusing on the process. I'm not going to pay attention to the accounts. If the accounts blow with me doing the right thing, then it is what it is. And that's really it. That's really it. So I think I got a bit overconfident with recent success. Things have been going my way of trading the most it's ever had these last 30-ish days, and I let the thought of that going away redirect my focus to profits and results rather than the process of becoming the trader I want to be. So hesitating on good setups, forcing bad setups, being impatient, breaking my rules. I don't think the strategy is the issue. I think my psychology when things do not go my way is the issue. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it. So as far as where we're at, number four has like $600 in the account. Number one has about $400 in the account. And then I'm taking this eval just like super slow, super slow. I traded a bit too much on this one, but I'm just taking it slow, building my confidence back up. I want to build up more accounts And yeah, I'll probably jump onto these accounts and start trading again. I'll probably just trade this one tomorrow and not trade this one and just see if I can see what I can make happen. If I bring this back to to a really good balance after last week, I'd be really impressed, be really happy. But if I don't and I blow it, it's totally fine because I know I have the skill and the capability to get more accounts and to get more payouts. I just really have to hone in on my mentality, on my psychology, on focusing on the process of making good habits to become a good trader and to be a consistent trader, consistently take payouts. Um, so yeah, just focusing on my psychology. Picked up the book Best Loser Wins. So I my plan is to continue reading that. I'm almost about halfway through already, and I just started yesterday. And I'm not really a reader. I've never read a full book probably since like elementary school, you know? I just grew up on YouTube videos. Yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where the accounts are at, and that's the plan going into the week. So if you hear this long, thank you for watching. Please give it a like if you want. Subscribe if you haven't already, and shoot a comment down below. How was your trading week? Was it as bad as mine? Was it worse? Was it better? Let me know.